Tedesco is the leader. Tedesco is leading us off. Shut up, Tina, you fat lard. Gosh. Ugh. All right, we're going out to the Yankees. Okay. I'm trying to think. Am I gonna put this on YouTube? I probably should. That'd be good. Since we did the creating cards in the winter, this is a good way to do it. Okay. All right, y'all. We're starting off our creating cards season series, I guess you could say. We did some off-season ones, and now it's something that you can redeem to pick a card in my Twitch chat, and we had 10 redemptions for this week. We're gonna do them every Sunday. I think there'll be like 5 to 7 mostly, but the first Sunday ended up rolling into the second one, so that's why we have so many this time. 8 hitters, 2 pitchers. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Now, I don't have historically accurate looking guys. I was going to use the historical roster, but I decided not to. I'm just going to use the current roster as of May 14th and edit some minor leaguer and then just save them all on this roster. So let's find some clown to kick us off for Mickey Mantle. That's right. First one is Mickey Mantle from 1956, requested by Twitch name Tedesco. So Tommy Birch, I think you're going to be the winner. You're somewhat Mantelian in that you're whitish. Mickey Mantle white as fuck. What's Mickey Mantle's stature? Let's see here. He's 5'11", 195. Okay. I don't think there's a 99 alcoholism rating, but if there was, he's gonna have the jersey short. I don't know. That's probably. I'm not gonna edit this. Stop. Get out of here. What am I doing? That's it. Skin color. Animations. Do we have a Mickey Mantle animation? If we do, we will do that. Okay, it's Legend 20. Allegedly here. Batting stance. Legend 20. That's Mickey. That's for the night. That's for the MLB The Show 2016 list. I don't know if they've changed it. Twitch chat, let me know if they've changed it. I got it off of Operation Sports. So, let me know. Let me know. So, we got the 20 there. That works. You don't need music. Attribute time. Alright, Johnny Birch, or whatever the hell your name was. Tommy Birch. Billy Birch. Barry Birch. Alright, this card is disgusting. What? Oh yeah, I did do that. Okay, so this is really easy. I went straight 99s. Just wait till you hear these numbers. Get a barf bag because you might get sick from how unbelievable, like you might not be able to handle it. Not from sick. Sometimes you get sick because they're so bad. You're like, oh my god, how are those numbers existing? This is you're going to get sick because they're too freaking good. That's going to be the biggest issue. Okay? Here we go. This is so stupid. Against righties, he had a 342 average, 459 OBP, 737 slug, with 39 homers and 99 ribbies. The 99 ribbies I just threw in just to give you an idea. That's just what he did against righties. The 39 homers should blow you away anyway, but just throw on 99 ribs. Just like he had a season. He had his own season just against righties. That season could have been anybody else's season, and it would have been contending for the MVP. And that was just a season against righties. Against lefties, he was 375, 474, 642 with 13 yaks in just under half the time. So you can kind of, if you want to pace it with that versus righty, it's probably the 39 to 28. So not as much power, but still top of the scale. So even though he was more powerful against righties, he was still top of the scale against lefties. So I had to go straight 99s. That's just all there was to it. He was just too stupid. Like, it's stupid how good he was. I didn't do any bunting stuff. Pretty much everyone is going to get 30s. I didn't do any bunting stuff, and well, actually, we have a couple guys whose bunting might matter, so I'll ballpark it. I mean, there's no real way to measure it that well. Plate vision 60. He struck out a bit for his time, but his plate discipline was 98. And that's strikeouts are part of power though, and it's not always swing and miss factor. It's that you're going to wait for the pitch to dominate, so you're going to take some strikes, you're going to get into some deep counts, and that's going to breed some strikeouts. So he actually had a 15% strikeout rate, and that's kind of where he was for his career, and that's not bad at all. It would be amazing today for the power that he put up, but for his time, it wasn't overwhelming. But he had a 17% walk rate, so he had more walks than strikeouts. Just ridiculous. His clutch is 99. I forget what his OPS was, but I think it was like 1,300 or something ridiculous like that. For durability, I gave him an 87. You know, his health was in question throughout his career, and I kind of put a little bit of that in here. I think he actually played most of the games that year. Obviously, to put up those numbers, you have to play most of them. Let's see here. Yeah, he played 150, so he missed 4. That number, 87, just to kind of give like a little bit of a nod to the fact that he burned bright, but then, you know, he missed games a lot in his 30s and was still amazing. That's the crazy part. God, he was so good. Holy crap, was he good. All right. And then, let's see, his speed, 75. His arm strength was 90. His arm accuracy was 75. I mean, this card's going to be a 99, right? There's really no doubt about it. We're just getting the particulars here. Reaction was 80, so he's obviously going to be a devastating center fielder. His fielding was 75. So I got like those numbers, the defensive numbers. They're hard to come by back in the day. A lot of it, you know, got to kind of use some finesse and see how you feel based on some limited numbers. They have like defensive value on Fangraphs that I don't know exactly what it accounts for. The defensive WAR, I don't even know like what components they use from 1956. But that's where I got 75. Like, he wasn't quite top of the heap in terms of overall fielding, but then he was amazing, you know, with his arm. His arm was stupid good. Looking at it, he would have been, so just among the qualified center fielders, why were there only 8? Oh, never mind, because the qualifications were lower back then. Let me just do 400 plate appearances. Among center fielders, his defensive value was like middle of the pack. He was 8th out of 13. So that's why I gave him 75. But the arm and the reaction would definitely make up for it. His base running aggressiveness is a 70. So that's Mickey Mantle. He's silly. Like silly amounts of good. 99s across the board. Solid vision, amazing discipline, clutch, durability, killer defense and speed. Like, it would just be the most ridiculous card, man. Alright. Oh wait, hang on. I gotta at least change his name. Hello. The Mick. I wonder how he would fare. He probably would have like probably would have been our Johnny Manziel of this age. Well, no. See, I never thought Johnny Manziel would be good, so it wouldn't be like that. I just meant in terms of like the partying that he did, if there was social media back then. So it's not that. I'm trying to think. Have we had anybody that's been that big of an alcoholic and has still been successful while being? Well, the thing of it is, when everyone kind of knows about it and it's like on you all the time, and you can't really be successful. Was he 6 or 7 more? Oh, he was 6 once. He was 7. Oh yeah, because that's what George named his kid, of course. Yo, Jers Raid, what's going on? Alright, I wonder what this is going to be. Oh my god, it's a 99. I'm so surprised. Ah. Momentary lapse there regarding his number. Chill out. Oh yeah, he's a switch hitter. Duh. 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 Yo, thanks everyone for coming in from Jers. What up, McGuigan? What up, Jers? What up, Jay Baller? How's it going, y'all? Thank you so much, Jers. Yeah, Mac, I was actually thinking about Strawberry and Gooden, and they melted down under it, so I guess that's what I'm wondering. Maybe it's Strawberry's the one. Strawberry's the one, and so maybe we don't get Mickey Mantle. If there's a Mickey Mantle, maybe it's Josh Hamilton. Maybe that's who it is. Because he rose from it, but not enough. You know, he couldn't ever fulfill the super peak. So it's probably Strawberry or Hamilton are the closest things to present day. And you can only say that on potential because we don't know because we didn't get to see what it was. Whereas Mantle did it and was still able. Why did it say number 8? Oh, because you can only put your preferred number. Okay, whatever. Okay, well, he's a beast. We're creating cards, sell first. People redeem them with their points. Okay, who's up next here? Next one is Roberto Clemente. And that is from 1967, requested by I'm Bum. So let's go over here to the Pirates. And get our Clemente going. Looks like Alejandro it is. It's 5'11". Oh wait, I changed the name first. I wish it would autocomplete names too, or have the guess the way it does on regular PlayStation keyboarding. Maybe I should just get a keyboard. Can you hook up any keyboard to your PlayStation? Like, can I put my my Apple wireless one? Like, would that work? The Bluetooth one. Roberto. I don't think they're gonna have Clemente. There it is, sweet. And he was, how old, in 1967? He was 32. And his number is 21. Alright, beast. I imagine he can play the other outfield positions. And he's right. Alright, let's mess with this one now. Coming in chat, taking a peek on y'all. Yo, Larry Hova, I believe that's you just sharing, right? Or did you just subscribe? I feel like you subscribed last night. And that's you sharing the subscription. Thank you, by the way. But I don't think that's new. Nixie, whisper me. It'll be for next week. Yo, Baby Llama Drama, thank you for the follow. What's going on, Kindergarten Cop? Night's going pretty well, McGuigan. Chat, I'm a little late on y'all. I'm a little bit gonna be missing some stuff while we do this. But once we're done, I will catch up and say hellos and everything. All right, let's look at this Clemente here. It's a pretty lit card as well. Get his numbers pulled up. Clemente. His contact versus right will be 99. His contact versus left will be 97. Yo, Shocks, thank you for the follow. His power versus right will be 77. His power versus lefty will be 84. Bunting ability, I really don't know. Could he bunt? I think he was fast, so we'll go slow guys 30, fast guys 60. Super fast guys 80. I don't know. Maybe we'll just do a lot of 50s and 60s because it doesn't really matter. All right. Let me give you some numbers on what Clemente did. Now, I think these are incomplete, so there could be... So, to get listed as an incomplete stat, they only have to be missing like one thing. And on Baseball Reference it says we are missing about 1 to 2% of all plate appearances from 1952 to 1973. So they're missing 1 to 2% of all plate appearances. That means it can be like he had 78 strikeouts instead of 75. They just want to acknowledge that it's incomplete. There's nothing game changing in here that would completely alter what we're doing here. Fact is, he was a monster. Against righties, Clemente went 360, 393, 542. That's his batting average, on base, and slug. With 18 homers and 458 at-bats. Against lefties, he went 346, 420, 549. So basically the same. Like, he was crushing righties and lefties. That's what makes these over-the-top amazing seasons, too. His month breakdown is pretty interesting. So he only played 12 games in April. I don't know if that's because the season started later because it was a shorter season. That's probably what it is. But he was okay. He had an 813 OPS, but then he had an 1186 in May with 9 homers. Cools down to 740 with 2 homers in June, and then goes 951, 958, 986 the next 3 months. Like the most ridiculous finish. Huge season. All right. Then we've got his plate vision is 48. Actually struck out more than I thought. I didn't think he was really a strikeout guy, but the numbers were there. So what I did for this stuff, guys, was I scaled to their era. So it was always based on what they did within their era. That's how they got these numbers. So you might hear a raw number like, 310 batting average, and be like, no, that has to be whatever, an 84, whatever you think of as a 310, and then I'm way off of your perception. That's because it's based on what they did against the rest of the league. What up, Deeks? What do you give up on, dude? How's it going? All right, his discipline was 42. His clutch was 76. He had a good, not great. He wasn't over the top with his OPS with runners in scoring position. And that's all they base it on, so he had a 935, which is good. He was basically who he was all year in the runners in scoring position at bats, which is fine. But most guys turn it up a notch, so you get a 76. That's totally useful. His fielding, man, that's where shit goes ham. Actually, I'll go in order here. Durability was 93. He hardly missed any games that year. His speed was 72. His arm strength is 98. I went for it. His arm accuracy was 99. His reaction, 93. This is going to just be the most lit defender. I can't even imagine how much fun it would be to use this. And a 90 fielding. His stealing, 78. And his base running aggressiveness. Some of that I ballpark too. Like, I don't really have a good feel for even what they consider for base running aggressiveness, but that's what I had. That's what I went for. Alright, this card's lit. Let's see where it's at. Of course, it's a 99. That's alright, though. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just... it's just... I mean, how could it not be? He's so great. I don't know how it couldn't be in those seasons that he was putting up were just ridiculous. So I was gonna, you know what I probably should have done? Was take some more like notes about how, because I did all the research and I looked at it and, you know, I did math and shit. But then I don't have it to tell you guys, oh, he had this many assists compared to the rest of the league. That would have taken a long time, though. That would have been tough. But in 69, 67, he had 17 assists. 2 years later, he had 27, by the way. It's just disgusting. So that's Clemente. He'll be on the Pirates. Chilling. Killing it. Ostrich, we don't do fake cards. We do historical cards. Rhino. Come on, dude. Be nice. Damo, I don't think so. This game, you're garbage. You're not garbage. You're just in a cold streak. We've all been there. It's the worst part, man. It's the worst. It's the worst, man. It just sucks. Alright. Next up is going to be Roberto Alomar. Requested by Malkin for the 1993 season for the Blue Jays. I forget on some of these guys you have to specify. With Mantle and Clemente, it's like, duh, that's who they're on. But for Alomar, you got to let them know. Ramon Ibar about to be lit. Alright. He even has the right initials. I just noticed that. Back-to-back Robertos. Alright. Whoops. That was way too far. Roberto. Alomar. Pull up his numbers. I see yours. Where did you, like, Nixie? Wait till I'm done. I didn't see you redeem it. No. Are you sure it wasn't on cooldown? I don't see anybody else's right now. I had Robbie's, Nico's, and Liam's. What up, Beast? Alright. So this Roberto Alomar is... I gotta write their age down next time. In 93, he was 25 years old. 25. And with them, he was 12. Oh, he's already got his number, too. Dang, this might as well be freaking Roberto Alomar. In 93, he didn't play second base or shortstop. He had played shortstop. I'll leave the secondary as shortstop. He had played shortstop in 1990, and based on their well, wait, actually, maybe 91, 92. Nope, he probably shouldn't have a secondary. Based on the way they do it, he shouldn't have a secondary. Based on the new way they do it, with, you know, the shortstops having second and third, and the middle infielders kind of being able to play all around there, he would. But based on the way they do historical cards, I don't think he would. So I'm gonna leave it like that. Switch hitter, dude. This is basically freaking Alomar. So many of the settings were already all set. Oh, I didn't check animations for Clemente. Let me see. Oh, there is one. I'll go back and put his stance. Oh, they only have Sandy Alomar, not Robbie. That's interesting. Tis interesting. What up, mute? I got the whisper. I didn't get the. I didn't get the redemption. Sorry. All right, we gotta pick up the pace here. I'm being slow and stupid. All right. I don't know who to give him his batting stance then. Oh wait, he's in the game. I'm an idiot. Oh my god. This card's probably gonna come out. 93 Alomar. Yeah, this card's probably gonna come out at some point. Duh. What a doof. What a doof. Wasn't even thinking. Alright, this guy was... This is an interesting card. I don't think this is necessarily going to be a 99. So his contact versus right is 99. I say that, and then I make contact versus right to be 99. I'll put him at like a 93, 94. And then his contact versus lefty is only 53. His power versus righty is 80. And then power versus lefty is only 43. So it's, you know, it's only against righties that you would really want to use this card, but he's so good everywhere else that you might take that risk. I'll give him 50s. I'll give him 60s. He was young. I really don't know. Plate vision 85, dude. Dude never struck out. Plate discipline is 80. His batting clutch, 80. His durability was 95 that year. He was pretty durable, and then he wasn't. That's the crazy thing about Alomar's career. Super durable, awesome, amazing, and then stopped. Like, there was no decline. It was just like, done. Speed's 90. Arm strength, 85. That's the crazy thing. Every scouting report I read said he could have played shortstop or third. So that he was at second, it wasn't because of arm issues. 80 accuracy, 80 reacts, and then 80 fielding. Just like really, really lit fielder. Stealing, 95. His success rate was stupid. Oh, I didn't give the numbers. I need to give the numbers. Base running aggressiveness, 82. All right. Maybe it is going to be a 99. Maybe. We'll see. All right. So in 1993, Roberto Alomar hit 359, 449, 539 against righties. That's a 998 OPS with 13 homers and 44 steals in 501 plate appearances. Again, a full season worth of awesomeness just against righties. Against lefties, he didn't really add a whole lot. 241, 297, 373, 4 homers. He did have 11 steals. He had 55 steals that year out of 70 attempts. That's really good. He struck out 67 times and walked 80 times. That's nasty. They give me more of a balanced hitter. I don't remember. It is a 99, I guess. The defense and speed outweighs the versus lefty work there. I was starting to think that after a while with all the defense. I was like, wait a minute, this actually might be a 99. This might actually be a 99. And it is. I wonder if that's what we'll get. Dude, it's tough, Reese. It's tough. Yo, what up, Bamf? How you doing, bud? Did I miss a Bamf raid? Thanks, Lewis. I'm a dummy. Just catching up on chat there. Yo, sounds good, Bam. I just want to make sure I didn't miss something. All right, let's see here. Who's up next? Oh, I know who's up next, y'all.
From the New York Yankees, the shortstop, number 2, Garret Anderson, number 2.
Derek Jeter. Fitting because it was Derek Jeter Day at the park today at the ceremony, getting his number retired, which is chill. So it'd be fitting that he would get one today. Man, this might be the worst YouTube video ever because I have to go to the bathroom. I can't upload this to YouTube. There's no stat for World Series titles. Yo, what's up, chat? Hello to everybody who's been coming in. I have not been paying super close attention to chat right now. It's going to be that way until we're done. All right, so this is the 1999 version. Lawrence Link, you get to be Jeter. Feel much better. I was going to try to hold it because there was going to be a YouTube video, and then I'm like, I can't. I still might upload Lawrence to YouTube. Little low rent to go to the bathroom in the middle of a video. Derek Jeter. He was... You love YouTube videos with restroom breaks? Everyone in the chat trying to guess the numbers for Jeter. He was 25. What number was he? Derp. He could barely play short. How am I going to give him a secondary position? Fuck out of here. Although that logic doesn't really track because not being able to play short doesn't mean you couldn't play anywhere else. It means like being below average to sometimes spiking to average doesn't mean you can't play anywhere else. That means you would probably excel everywhere else. So I just want to be clear that I was joking because it doesn't track. All right. How tall was he? 6'3"? 6'3", 195. Get out of here with your buffness. is normal. Normal and just lit. Just winning World Series all the time. Who does he think he is? Oh yeah, he's on a team with amazing players. That's how. 18. Legend 18. I guess that's him. Alright. The 1999 Derek Jeter requested by Minimat has, for the 4th card in a row, 99 contact against righties. I don't know what this overall is going to be. Like, I'm really eager to see how it goes here. 55 contact versus lefties. 63 power against righties. 47 against lefties. Bunting ability, you can have the 60s. Just for you, Derek, since you're so gritty, I'll give you 65s, dog. His plate vision was 51. His plate discipline was 71. His batting clutch was 69. His durability was 99. His speed was 82. His arm strength was 6. That's right, 6. I'm just kidding. His arm strength was 64. His arm accuracy was 76. That's favorable as fuck, by the way. 74 reaction, also pretty favorable. And his fielding was 67. Stealing was 53. His base running aggressiveness was 74. He was pretty good running on the bases. You know, in between hits and stuff. Alright. Let me give you some numbers. See how chat's freaking out right now. I'm sure they're mad as hell. Yankee fans mad, crying right now. Mad tears. 99 durability for that year. He played 158 games, 739 plate appearances, led the American League. So for that year, yeah, absolutely. Oh, that's a good idea, D-Russo. I didn't know you can download specific players. Oh, that's amazing. This is a 1999 Derek Jeter, y'all. In that year, he hit 366, 440, 455, 577 against righties with 19 homers in 597 plate appearances. Solid line, very strong line. That's why he got 99.63. Now again, this is scaled. In 1999, power's high, so 577 slug doesn't go as far as it would in, say, this era. Everything is scaled to match where they are for their era, so that it will play the same in our current universe, the way the game is calibrated. Against lefties, he had 282, 366, 452. That's an 818 OPS. It wasn't that great. 818 is like really good now. It's just, it was such a different environment back then in 99. And I think that that's what will probably lead, for those that are like vehemently disagreeing with what I'm doing, it's getting yourself back in the mindset of 99 and understanding just how obscene the numbers were. Now against righties, for sure, he was great. That's why he's got the 99. Now one spot, let me make sure that this is Gucci. Yeah, the crazy thing is, his 16% strikeout rate, actually kind of high. His walk rate was solid though. Yeah, and I gave him as much. So, you know, he was pretty much average at strike. In fact, I think he was average. Average was 16.4. He was just better than average, and he had 15.7. Yeah, I could go a couple ticks there. I'll go 54 on that. 51 might have been a little harsh as I redo it. All right, let's see where we're at with this. 85. Woo, doggy. Coming with the realness, y'all. Don't at me. Don't even at me. Jeter wasn't average. I think that sells him short. He was slightly above average for a long time, with spikes of being solidly above, like well above average. I think I might have sold him short though, because he did have a 153. This was his best season by OPS plus. It's got to be the defense, or maybe it's the verse lefty. Let me review the verse lefty, because that's lower than I thought, honestly. Like, I didn't think he would just be gold. That's his best offensive season. If I'm trying to think of what they would do, I think this would be closer to like 77. That would gain him a point. But I'm gonna go back to what did I have? 69 or 71? What did I have? I can't remember what I had. Do I not like Jeter? No, I like Jeter just fine. I'm just being honest about the numbers here. But let me look up the lefty thing. That's the one thing I think I could have wrong here. See, guys, because I don't know what the overalls are going to be. I just run the numbers and then we'll see what comes out. But at the same time, I acknowledge that if they made one of these cards, that I think they would, and it was based on this season, I think he would be higher. So let me see what I missed. If I missed anything. Maybe I'm a genius. Who knows? There's always that possibility. All right, let me put this in. All right. Yeah, his 818 OPS against lefties was 109th in the league. I'm not changing that. Maybe it's something against right. Maybe I need to give him more juice against righties. Let me see. Yeah, I think that might be it. That might be it. Hang on. Let me peep this ISO. But you can only go, like, the batting average can only be counted for so much. Because his ISO was 77. I don't know, man. I think I stand by this. I think I stand by it. Like, I did the math. Like, I ran the numbers. I factored in everything, but I'm second guessing myself. But yeah, he hit 282 against lefties. That's maybe what I have no credibility. Clutch doesn't need to be 99. He hit 282 and 99. That's not good. Yeah, I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with it. I'll leave the I'll boost the defense up to 71, so he's an 86. But this is what that card would be, man. I'm telling you. Maybe a little bit more punch against righties, but that would be fudged. That would not be on the basis of deserving it. A 211 ISO ranks 77th. His slug at 577 is 27th. Okay, so the slugging's higher because of all the singles. and as a way of counting that, okay, I will do that. I will alter that a little bit. I didn't think that was going to be such a difference. I'll go 99.69. We're still only at an 86. I mean, even if I went all the way up and got like way aggressive and went like a 77, you're still only talking about an 87. Like I'll give you that, Jeter fans. If you really want, you can have that. It's disingenuous. I don't agree fully with it. I don't think it should be 77. I'll give you that. That's what this card is. Your boy was overrated. He's a damn good player, stable as fuck, a perfect superstar. Not everything that he did to be great was calculated in the numbers. I grant that. That's why he's a legend. He's a definite legend. But his actual numbers in terms of cards that you would get for a game like this, they're not that great. Another one of their legends, Mariano Rivera, might be the same way because he only has one pitch. Discipline boost to the 90s? Let me see. His walk rate. His walk rate wasn't even top 30, man. What are you talking about? I gotta go to the second page. He was 40th in walk rate. 40th out of 157. What are we talking about here? So he's like, what, top quarter? Is that what that is? Yeah, just about top quarter. Yeah, but the OBP is built in the batting average. The walks are factored in. You're looking at the raw number of walks. Part of that is the volume that he played. The walk rate is what the walk rate is. It doesn't. The raw walks don't matter. Did he get a ton of hit by pitch? He got 12. Guys, I'll give you a little juice on it. Again, I'll fudge it for y'all. I'll give you a little juice for fun. There, have a little sweetness. That's for you. He's a fucking 88. He's not a diamond. He's not a diamond. I juice it for you and I got you to 88. That's juiced. Don't at me, dog. Your boy was overrated. He's good. He's damn good. He's a great superstar. Again, I'll rehash what I just said. I'm not against him as a superstar icon. The way he made it work in in New York, and didn't get in really any trouble. Some gossip, but no really trouble. Handled it like a fucking champ. How am I dumb? Who unfollowed? Hold this quick unfollow. No! Oh no, a guy who I've never seen in my life ever, who's never been in here to my knowledge, is unfollowed. Oh shit. Oh shit, he cannot hear any opinion that does not agree with his own. Oh my goodness. Oh, what a blow to the community. What are we gonna do without loopholes with a W on holes? Oh fuck, man. They're going to take my partnership. Oh, man. This is tough, man. This is a tough day in our history. I don't know what we're going to do. Shit. D. Lee, thanks for the follow. Loopholes, come back. Save the community. You're the glue. Loopholes. I don't know what you'll be missed more for. Overrating Derek Jeter or your wonderful screen name, which threw in a W. Loopholes. Get it, y'all? Like the hole of something? You will be missed. Vandal Industries. And you want to be my... What was it? Manager? I don't know. Play a game? Yo, dude, I'm doing this for a while. Sorry, y'all. Oh yeah, lower the fielding for the Jeter haters. I got you. I got y'all. I got y'all. Here's what I would put his fielding at. I'll give it a 62. I'll give him the reaction a little bit to stabilize. Actually, you know what? Here's what we should do. This is the truth, actually. Latex salesman. That's right. I can't believe I missed it. I love that one. I couldn't think of it on the spot there. Fail. And you want to be my latex salesman. Wait, did he really just pretend like I give a shit about Miggy's rings? That's funny, Marek. Here's what it should be. The problem with Jeter is he had no freaking range. He could make the plays that come to him. I don't even think he has like a ton of errors. I might be wrong on that, but let me look. Going to his fielding, 1999, he had 14 errors. I'll see where that ranks. I don't even think it's gonna be like super high. Epic, thanks for the follow. Sean, thank you for the follow. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, 14 is like middle of the pack. So like his ability to play the ball that comes to him is fine. He has no fucking range. That's why he's garbage. So I'll leave him at 71. But the truth is his reaction is what should be terrible. Because he couldn't get anywhere. That's what I'll do for you Jeter haters that want like the realness on his defense. That 60 reacts you'd be so frustrated using him at shortstop. It would be so frustrating. The shit he wouldn't get to. Yo, Sean, thanks for that refollow. Jeter was walking. Jeter made a lot of great plays. Like this isn't about like exactly despicable. Exactly, dude. Like I'm not denying that he's a legend. That doesn't mean just because he's a legend that he's got a bunch of diamond cards. They would probably gas him for a diamond, and I would understand it. It would make good business sense. They would probably here's what they would probably do. This is my guess of what they would do to make it so he was still diamond. And do something like that. They boost that up there. They keep him like low 70s to appease those of us that know that he's trash at defense, but to also like make sure that he doesn't suck. And this is what he would be. And he'd be a 91. And they would still grind. They'd be like, you should be 99 because we won all these titles and he deserves credit for all of them only. Nobody else was on the team. Blah. Let's get the realness back in there. That's the one we gotta save. We gotta save the realness. Shit, what were those numbers? $55. 47. If y'all don't want realness, y'all don't have to be here. If you want to hear realness, stick around. I got you. Oh, the real Jeter is gonna be in there in the books there. It's an 86. I'll leave that. We'll go 86. I can compromise on that. That's where we're at. 86. All right, we got to move on. Jeet's got his night. Again, this is not denying or saying or anything like that he wouldn't be, that he isn't a super legend, an amazing player, a true superstar, all that sort of stuff. Some guys get their superstar status by doing shit that isn't just on the field. They do that intangible shit, and I acknowledge that he is one of those guys, for sure. Drop that power versus lefties. What did I have it at? I got 47 on my book. I'm sticking with that. That's where we're sticking. Jeter was a very good great, tremendous player for a very long time. Just every day to be where he was day in, day out, to be like that solid. That's very underrated a little bit. For most players, I should say. That's underrated for most players. When you factor it in with all the intangible stuff that he did, it got overrated because it was in New York. Some guy who just grinds out, 18 above average seasons in KC wouldn't get as much love. How many seasons was it? 20. Straight up 20 years. But not all of them were great. So we'll say 18 above average, from like above average to really good years in a row, basically. He had one little lull in 2010, then rebounded for 2 more good years, and then went into his twilight there. With 13 he got hurt, and 14 he was struggling to the finish line, which you can excuse completely. But just looking at from his rookie year through 2012, he put up a 117 OPS plus for 11,844 plate appearances. It's not like that overwhelming of offense. It's everything else that he did that makes him great. Okay, I'm just repeating myself, just trying to get the Yankee haters to chill a little bit. That's where we're at. Like Biggio, that's a good call. Drop the power versus righties? Oh yeah, shit. Yeah. That's what needed to be dropped. What did I have that at? 60 something? 66? Mine's 66. It was 63, but I realized I was a little down, so I went up to 66. But then he's back to an 85. That's fine. We're sticking with it. Did I settle on 66 or 69? Now I can't remember. Oh, because his slug was so much higher. Yeah, I'm gonna stick on the 69. That's gonna keep him at an 85 though. That's fine. All right. Final answer. Lock it in, Regis. All right. Next up. Let me check on you first, chat. Let me see what you're up to. What you about? Ew, that's disgusting, sire. Alright. Next up, requested by Scissors, is a 2001 Sammy Sosa. Samuel Trejo, I mean. Biggie Smalls, because he was better against... What do you mean you don't get why his verse righty is better than his verse lefty? He dominated righties and he wasn't good against lefties. He hit righty-righty. Not everyone just has platoon splits. The numbers were there, I promise. All right, Sammy Sosa.
Sammy
Sosa. Go. 2001. He was 32. Beasting. His number in 2001 was 21. And he played all right field. But he played all three in his career. I think all outfielders should have the other ones available, at least as secondaries. You really don't see an outfielder who can like play right, then he goes to left. I don't know what I'm doing. He turns into like the SpongeBob meme in the outfield. He's like, eh. LOL, this says 165. That's okay. We're gonna leave the 220, I think. This is baseball Sammy Sosa. I know he's like, his skin's gotten a lot lighter. He like bleached it or something. Apparently it's something that happens in the DR, like if you're going to be on TV or something. I don't know. It's like a cultural thing. So I don't know. But we're going with playing day Sammy Sosa. All right. So we have contact versus righty. Contact versus righty is an 83. Contact versus lefty is a 99. You know the powers are both 99, obviously. I don't really need to say that. I'll leave the buntings at 19. That seems to fit. I don't think he's getting down many bunts. All right, he's 82. He's all-star 82 for his stance, by the way. I'll do that after. All right, let me give you his verse right, verse left numbers. Sammy Sosa against righties hit 316, 406, 709 with 51 homers, y'all. 51 homers just against righties in 574 plate appearances. What the hell? 709 slug, 130 ribbies, 29 doubles. Like, again, these guys are having full seasons just against righties. Don't even worry about an extra 137 plate appearances against lefties. This season I had against righties alone is a full season of excellence. But against lefties, while we're at it, he was 387, 569, 882. 569 slugging, or excuse me, OBP. 569 OBP. He had 41 walks, 30 strikeouts. Lefties did not want any piece of Sammy Sosa. His discipline was a 99. His vision was a 45. Because he did strike out. So on the true power hitters, like I kind of do the calculations that I do to figure out your plate vision based on strikeout rate. And then for the true power hitters, I will bump them like a few points, 3 to 5 points back up if they had a good batting average that year, because I know that some of the strikeouts aren't just because of swing and miss. Again, it's what I explained earlier about getting deep into counts and things like that. So he was probably a true 40. I bumped it to 45 just because he was so great. And like, I don't really think he had a vision issue. I think it's just part of being a monstrous power hitter. His clutch was 99. His runners in scoring position OPS was dumb. His durability was 97. His speed was 30. Arm strength was 89. Accuracy 74. Reaction 74, and the straight up fielding was 73. So like decent but a good arm mostly is what we're dealing with. His stealing was 25. He wasn't running. He didn't need to. You don't, why steal when you can trot the bases? You know? His aggressiveness on the bases was, you know. Alright, that's Sammy Sosa. Give you a few more numbers real quick before we see the unveil here. In 2001, he had a 21%, 22% strikeout rate, 16% walk rate. 22% strikeout rate back then was a lot different than it is now. He was known as a whiffer. Like that was a lot of swing and miss. Things have changed a lot in the last 15 plus years, because 21% now you're like, cool, that's pretty good. I imagine 97. I thought that speed would keep him from a 99. That's still a disgusting card. Everyone's up for using that, I would imagine. Chat, what am I missing? Oh, everyone's putting needles. That's funny. Hey, cork bats don't really help. Yeah, Sammy was awesome. Those of you talking juice, make sure you take a look in your own closet. He's an idiot Tigers fan. Derp. What year, Biggie Smalls? Because I use Baseball Reference. They don't even have his splits back to 99, clown. So, you're looking at his career splits. Jesus. Don't come at me with bullshit when you're not even correct, dog. Yeah, why do people care about juice? Like, those of you talking that juice bullshit, let me see your favorite team, and we'll talk about the guys on your... Like, come on. You're throwing stones from a glass house. If you don't think that you rooted for somebody who was on PEDs, you're stupid. Like, I'm sorry. Like, there's no team that had all clean players. So you rooted for people that use PEDs. And why do you care? Why do you care? Gord, I bet he took greenies. I'm not saying every player juiced, sire. I'm saying you rooted for players who have juiced. I study BP. Like I go through the data and I come up with what I think is correct. Like I don't have a dead, like, straight up formula. I research every individual season that I'm doing the card for, and I just kind of calculate it against the league average, give or take some. There's a lot of feel to it because I kind of base it off of my knowledge of the player too. What about the Dodgers? Eric Gagne. Eric Gagne was a freaking roid head, dude. Name one from the Mets. Bro. Like, come on, dog. You think Carlos Delgado got that way naturally? You think Piazza didn't touch anything? Come on, dog. What do we do? What are we doing out here, guys? What are we doing? If you can't honestly believe that you've cheered for a perfectly clean team. I'm sorry, but you're full of shit. Like, get real. Henry Mejia got suspended like 52 times. They were just like, just leave. Just leave. Did you not root when he came in? When he came in, you're like, no, I hope we give up some runs right now, but keep the lead, and then when the closer comes in, I'll be good. Fuck out of here with that. Dodgers have Manny Ramirez, for crying out loud. You guys are so silly. Edinson Volquez got popped on the Reds. We're talking about back in the day. When do you think Sammy Sosa played, dude? When do you think Sammy Sosa played? And again, just because we don't know doesn't mean that everyone's clean. Don't be naive, guys. I was a naive guy, and I was devastated when Jeter got caught. I was like, what? I was so fucking naive. I was like, he's just that good all the time. That's just how he is, man. But the thing of it is, who cares about PEDs? Who the fuck cares? Because you have to put in so much work when you do them that, yeah, I get that it's cheating because it's against the rules, but the work you need to do to make them pay off, I think almost makes it not cheating, because you're like forcing yourself to have to do a shit ton more work to be great. Bummer. I don't know, man. I think we got a fucked up view. But they're against the rules, so I get that. I get why the suspensions get handed out and all that sort of stuff. I'm not saying that if you break a rule, you should just be able to. I'm saying it shouldn't be against the rules in the first place. Steroid era was lit. Hell yeah. How can you support PEDs? Why are you so against them? Again, because if you want to take every player out of sports that does PEDs, you're not going to have anybody left. Like, you're not going to have teams left. Relax, J-Rob. I'm going to. I'll show you guys something here in just a second. So this book here is where I get my old school pitches. This is the Nair James Guide to Pitchers. So any of the older pitchers that you guys request, basically from before 2002, I can look them up in here and get their pitches and get an idea of like what they threw. Sometimes if they had like exceptional velocity or movement, there'll be some comments in here. So that's where I get old school stuff like that. 2001 Mariners were clean, yeah. You guys have to request the cards, y'all. Exactly, Toron. You gotta have skill. Neck Kenben, thank you for the follow. Every player, CJ, like 94% of NFL players and like 86% of basketball players. Guys, if you want to request a card, you can request a card here. But there's only so many per week or else the list will just get way too big. So I actually think you can't request one until next week. All the requests for this week have been taken. I apologize that they got taken so quickly and you won't be able to, but I can't let the list get up to like 90. It would just be insane. So we have to regulate the listing a little bit. Hang on, I'm putting the last couple in. All right. I gotta put Sammy Sosa's. What was it? 82, All-Star 82, I think. Yep, All-Star 82. Did it let somebody do it? Oh, make it rain. Dark Star, make it rain. Thank you, Dark Star. There will be a spreadsheet with all the cards, yes. How is Sosa not a better offensive player than Jeter? Boo, you really don't think that tons of players use stuff? Guys, what you need to do first is get out of your head the idea that PEDs is shooting up each other's asses with needles in the bathroom stall in the clubhouse. Like, that's not what it is. Like, that might have been like that in the 80s. That's not what it is. It's taking supplements and shit that are... No, Tedesco, you can't do two in the same week. It's taking supplements and stuff that are against the rules that like help you work out and shit. Like it's not anabolics necessarily. It's not what we're talking about here. Yeah, the Jeter is scaled. What up, Tyler? All right, I think I have to do Clemente's as well, by the way. Oh, shit. I think I have to put Clemente's stance in there for him. Legend 6. All right, next up is Garret Anderson, requested by Vader from 2003. Derek Mandriguez gets to be Garret Anderson. It's pretty fortunate for him. Garret. There we go. And his 2003 season, he was 31. And his number was 16. Left field. He could play the other positions, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he played enough games in all of them to be full outfield. Left. He's from LA. All right. Is Garret Anderson? I bet it is. No, it's not. Never mind. Thought maybe. How's freaking Marlon Anderson gonna get his stance in there, but Garret Anderson doesn't have his in there? What's going on, Johnny? Best park in the game to limit home runs, like the Red Rocks or Forbes. Tyler was 99, Derek Jeter. No, I'm not going to do fictional guys. Because I like to kind of have stuff to go off of. I don't want to just completely make it up. Oh, Vader, I'm glad you're here. Yeah, I'm glad you're here for sure. We about to get started on your dude. Alright, Garret Anderson. Now, Garret Anderson was never really known for his defense, y'all. But keep in mind, this was an exceptional year for defense for him. So, if you're familiar with his reputation as a pretty modest to, like, okay defender. At late in his career, he wasn't very good. But, like, in his peak, he was capable. You put him in left field, you're not feeling bad. This was the year that he actually spiked, and he was pretty damn good. So this would be a really interesting year if we ever got Garret Anderson, because I think he'd be pretty damn good. All right, his contact versus righties is 84. His contact versus lefties, 73. Not bad for lefty. 79 power. And 73 power versus lefties. So 73 against lefties. That's pretty darn good. His plate vision is 72. His plate discipline is actually shitty as hell, 32. He doesn't take walks, he just makes contact. His batting clutch was 69. His durability, I gotta put these in order of this for next time. They're in a different order and I gotta move all around. He was 95. His speed was 56. Now his arm strength that year spiked. He was a 78, and his arm accuracy was insane. He was just freaking throwing runners out left and right. So I gave him a pretty big number there. He had his best year defensively by the numbers, so we're going with it. Gonna be a lit left fielder. His stealing was 43. Base running aggressiveness, 46. All right. I'll give you some numbers on old Garret Anderson that year, 2003. He hit 318, 353, 562 against righties with 21 homers, 310, 329, 504 against lefties, which is that's pretty nice against lefties. That's why I get him 73, 73. Now, sometimes I'm torn on how to judge lefty versus lefty. I'm inclined to give them a boost because lefty-lefty is so difficult. It's the most difficult matchup you can have. But for these numbers, I compared him to the whole, and he was still 73, 73. So I didn't really need to give him a boost. But that's, like, again, more of a feel thing. It's like, oh, man, how much you don't want to overrate it. But I feel like that's pretty good what he got. We'll see what Vader's saying here in the chat about this. Hopefully he's enjoying it. Vader, he was amazing in the field that year, man. And I really wanted to acknowledge that. 2003, he threw out 14 runners, which was pretty high. Let me see. I think it might have been highest among left fielders. Yeah, it was most amongst left fielders and third most among the league. Richard Hidalgo had 22 though, so he'd be at 99. He'd probably be 99, 99 with both of those. He's disgusting. So yeah, like he's definitely gassed up here on his defense, but that's because he was gassed up for that year. I didn't artificially raise it. He just spiked a year. All right, let's see. Garret Anderson's a 93. Better than Jeter. Suck it, Jeter fans. We're going to have a Richard Hidalgo next week, by the way. Yeah, he always hit lefties pretty well for average, Vader. And then that year, he had 2000, he had really good power. In 2002, 2003, all three of those seasons, he had pretty good power against lefties as well. So maybe it could be a little bit higher, but I went with that. 93 is pretty good. I feel like that's pretty good for Garret Anderson. All right. Who is next on the old docket? All right, next up is a guy requested by S. Lewis. Michael Young, 2005, straight up shortstop, so no flexibility. He was known later in his career for being a utility guy. That year, he was straight up shortstop. I gotta turn the air down. It's freaking going crazy. Michael Young, white as hell. One, 200. And in this season, he was 2005, he was 28. Oh, right on the dot. 2005, he was number 10. In 2003, he did play second base, so I'll give him backup second base. It's in the future when he would start moving around a bunch. And he's right. And he's from California. All right. Oh, wait, let me see if he's got a motion. '99 for All-Star, probably. Yep, All-Star '99. All right, here we go with Michael Young. Yo, Liam, you gotta tell me what year, dude. All right, against righties, he had contact. Nikki, nice name. Thanks for the follow. He had 91 contact against righties, 94 against lefties, 62 power against righties, 59 against lefties. Bunting ability, whatever. 40s. Plate vision, 83. Plate discipline, 58. Batting clutch, 76. Durability, more durable than that, 97. A lot of these durabilities are going to be high because it's like their best years, so they played a bunch, obviously. Speed, 67. Arm strength, whoops, 67. Arm accuracy, 67. He was a terrible defender. Reaction, 64. Fielding, 63. He was so bad. Stealing, 42. Base running aggressiveness, 59. Wasn't a terrible on-base base runner. Alright, that covers it. Let me give you some numbers. Alright, 2005, Michael Young hit 328, 382, 517 against righties with 21 homers. Against lefties, he had 340, 396, 503 with 3 homers. So mostly batting average against lefties, but 15 to 15 strikeout to walk ratio, so he's even there. So he was still really good against lefties. That's why, I gave him 94, 59. Like, he's pretty much equal. He had an 898 OPS against righties, 900 against lefties. His runners in scoring position was 992, which, 76 batting clutch. Like, the numbers in 2005 with runners in scoring position for the league were so stupid. So stupid. All right, let's see what we got here. 84, it's a silver because that defense is so bad. He led the American League in average. Let me give you some insight into his defense that year, because it's comically bad. All right, his defensive WAR alone was minus 23. Hilarious. His batting WAR was 32.5. His fielding was minus 23.2. Like, almost canceled it out. just in terms of runs saved. He still had a 4-win season overall because his bat was good enough to carry it, but whew, whew. All right, let me give you some comparisons to the rest of the shortstops. Looking at their UZR per 150 innings, he was minus 21, dead last in the league. Next worst was minus 17. He was offensively bad. Oh, bank him second base just to see? Okay. He goes all the way up to a diamond. I have no idea why they let him play there all year. Because even if you don't agree with the metrics, when they're that bad, they might not necessarily be quote-unquote right, but they're telling you that he was terrible. Like, they're making clear that no matter how you want to analyze, he was bad. No matter how much you want to be like, well, what about, yeah. It's like, no, he was bad, whether you agree with the metrics or not. So, yeah, that's what really holds him back. People would put him at second, and he would be a pretty good card as a 90. But you can't fuck with that at shortstop. You just can't. Not for me, man. I can't personally. You guys might be able to. I can't put that bad defense there. No, it's still a good card. I really like this card. I'm not going to lie. You hide him at second base. And he's like Murphy, as Murphy was... Yeah, he's like basically like Murphy now, right? Isn't he right-handed Daniel Murphy at this point? What's Murphy's defense at? I'm looking it up right now. Murph Durf. What's your defense, dude? Oh, Murph Durf has a 67 fielding. Yeah, this is Daniel Murphy. With less power. This is like Daniel Murphy last year. With less power, but the better contact against lefties. That's the only trade-off. Otherwise, it's very, very similar. I want to see something really quick. I want to see how much, if any, this bunting stuff has an effect. Okay, all that for 2 points, though. I should probably just do them all the exact same, then, to kind of be on scale. But I do think that some guys do deserve a little bit of extra. If they were speedy or if they were known to drag. Like Juan Pierre I would do like really high ones for him. Juan Pierre with 7 power. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Yo, I think someone just hooked us up. Hang on, let me take a look. Oreo, what's going on? Hitting us with a 5 spot. Let's go ahead and get some hype in the chat for Oreo. Love the stream. Can I request a 1990 Ricky Henderson? So here's the thing. I can take requests in donations, in tips. I gotta call them tips. But I can't make them right now because it takes a little while. So I can refund it if you don't want to do it because it's not tonight. But you're on the list. Jim Leland, 0 lungs. That's hilarious. Yo, Robbie, you can change now if you want. You're not locked in. You can change tonight. Can I explain WOBA? Probably not. It's weighted on base average. Hang on. The definition is just going to give you a better ground to go off of, and then you can ask me questions from that. Because I really think it explains. It's just trying to have a singular number to account for everything. Like currently, on base average or on base percentage doesn't it gives every outcome the same. Like a hit, like a single and a double are the same, and that's meaningless. We need to get well, that's not meaningless. Getting on base, that it tells you something about it. But with WOBA, it adds some dynamicism. No, that's not right. There's a word that's with sism. Dynamism? No, that's probably not the word I wanted. Oh yeah, that is what I wanted. Dynamism. Dynamism. Anyway, it makes the number more dynamic and diverse and able to capture the value of the different hit types. So home runs, doubles mean more than singles. We know that inherently, but on base percentage doesn't know that. Well, yeah, he ran so much, Mini Matt. It's not about being perfect on the bases when you're a base stealer like that. It's about high volume. And as long as you're tracking over like over 72%, it varies kind of depending on the era. It's currently at about 72%. As long as you're trending over that, you're a plus runner. Like the year that he had 18 that led the league, he also had 68. So he was 68 for 86. That's 79%. That's excellent. Now the next year he was 27 for 17. So that's not so good. That's only a 61% rate. That's bad. But then he had 2 good years right after that. So yeah, caught stealings. I mean, those big base stealers are always going to lead the league in that, and it's not really a negative. It's part of what comes with it. All right, that's that. Oh, I got to put the WOBA. Hang on, BP Smooth. Let me give you the definition in the chat here. All right, we have one more hitter, and this is the most water thing ever. And then we have 2 pitchers. We have Bob Gibson, 1968, and Mark Fidrych, 1976. But Aqua, aka Water, requested 2009 Ryan Raburn. Is there anything more water than manipulating the market? No, I'm just kidding. But this is such a water move to request that. It's really kind of funny. I think he changed to this too. He had something else and he's like, no, let me get Ryan Raburn. Maglio 2007, sweet. Is that a Tigers one? Because if so, you can already know it's going to be a 4,000. Mike Bordick, Brandon Inge. Yeah, exactly. He might have changed from Inge to Rayburn. I'm not even sure. Hang on, guys. I forgot to turn this air down. It's still just going ham. Yeah, there's so many that would... the thing of it is, this is going to be a weekly series. We're never going to run out of ideas. There's always going to be cards y'all want to see. So I'm pretty excited about what the roster's going to look like. Hell, well, I'm pretty excited about what it's going to look like in a couple months, let alone what it's going to look like at the end of the season. Because we're going to always edit this roster. And we're just going to keep adding them to these rosters. And if we end up taking over some of the major league players, so be it. We probably won't. There's probably, even doing like 7 to 10 a week won't be that quick. Yo, Oreo, did you hear what I said about your thing? Long Beach, dude, I love it. We have our own quote, our quote bot for rounders. It's so great. Oreo, you cool with that? The Ricky would be on next week's show for sure. So, I mean, in addition to redeeming with points, I'm not going to take like $1 million though. Like because I'm not trying to get everybody to donate just to do a player. But I'll take like, I think it's set. Hang on, let me look at the Revlo real quick. Okay, it's currently set to do 5 cards a week via the redemption. I'll bump that to 6, and then I'll take up to 4 donation cards a week. So we're only going to max at 10. Again, I don't want the list to get too big because it takes a while. Like I spent all day on these, and it was fun. I'm not complaining at all. It's awesome, and I can't remember who came up with the idea to do this as a redemption. But I think it's great. So I added one in there. So jump in there right now if you want to request. First one to get it gets it. And then I'll take 4 throughout the week. Again, not saying you have to donate right now or anything, but if that's the way you want to get in, you can do it that way. So the max we'll do is 10, but it'll be 6 for redemptions, 4 max for via donation. I saw Joe Random got discovered. Who did it? Who got it? Banff got it. What you got, Banff? Tedesco, we can consider that. We can consider doing that. Can you make Breakout Joe random? Big B, thanks for the follow. What comes with the fantasy baseball analysis? J-Dog, you message me your team. You'll email me your team and questions you have about it, and then I'll just give you my breakdown. And it can be something like, hey, here's my team, here's where I'm hurt in standings, here's some people who are available. It's kind of a choose your own adventure thing. What I will do, if you don't want to give your whole team and get an analysis, if you just want to have a couple questions answered about some moves you should do, but usually people send their team and say, hey, where can I fix it? And I'll engage you and I'll say, hey, I like this, I like that, I think this needs work. And then you can, it's not just like the one answer email and then stop. It's like there's follow-ups, right? And I'll say, hey, what's on your wire? And so we'll basically just have a little dialogue about it. But what I will say, and I'm just going to be stern about this, just so there's no miscommunication. It's not an all-year thing. You don't keep emailing and I keep answering the questions. It's kind of just that first thing. But that first interaction can be a few emails, like until we get to a place where you feel comfortable that you've gotten some information about how to help your team. That's the goal. I know that's a little bit nebulous, but I like to keep it open instead of saying like it's 2 email responses only. No, fuck that. Like if you got questions that we're getting to the bottom of and I need more details, we'll have a little back and forth. But at this point of the year, I think people are more asking questions like, should I make a trade here? What free agents should I pick up, as opposed to analyze my roster? But I'll still do that. I got no problem with analyze my roster. Serious question, how does he have a -1? The minuses are hilarious. Like, you got to be some level of shitty to have a minus with like your OPS or your FIP. Well, no, if you have a minus FIP, that's actually awesome. But like WAR, you're just worse than the average. It's just, usually with the minus, it's a certain number, it's a low number of plate appearances, because once you hit a certain threshold of plate appearances, you just have at least a single-digit value, even if it's like an 8 OPS plus. Like once you get to maybe 100 plate appearances, I don't know how bad you'd have to be to get a negative in 100 plate appearances, because they'd have to play you that long, and usually you wouldn't be, you know, it kind of works itself out where you wouldn't be playing that long if you sucked that hard. Did that make sense? That was kind of rambly. I apologize, but I don't have like a clear answer. Oh, it's because the coefficient is 9, and if you, I don't know that. No, there's 3 more. There's the Raburn, and then there's 2 pitchers. Let me get to this Raburn. Sorry, got a little sidetracked there. All right, our first Tiger. Man, he was terrible at times. There was other times where he was great, though. I'm a Ryan Raburn fan. Jack Hagg. You get to be Ryan Raburn. Although Jack Hagg with that mustache is a pretty lit, made-up player. I'm not even going to lie. That one was a pretty good one by itself.
Jack.
Knowles is in here. You can be Beyonce. Rayburn. In 2009, he was... Let's see. Tedesco, I'm thinking about it right now, by the way, and I think I'm really just going to leave it once a week, because it's a lot of research. The way I do it, I'm very thorough about it. There might be easier ways to do it, like to create a formula or something, but that's not my skill set, and it's going to be harder during the week to do it. So I just want to keep it at the 10 max, because that would be daunting to do like 15 to 20 a week with the rest of my work and everything. All right, in 2009 he was 28. He was number 25. Curious what combos we might have here. See if we can get... Can't quite get what he was, which is actually third base and outfield, the other outfield one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give him the third base and not worry about the other outfield positions. He did play in 2009. Oh, wait, no, it was actually, hang on. It wasn't the other outfield positions. It was third base, first base. So, yeah, there we go. And he was right. Keep in mind, by the way, he only batted 291 times, so when it's a small sample, I did mute it down a little bit because I can't just go off of 281 or 291 plate appearances and give him the full credit of what his raw numbers generate. So you will notice that I'll be saying numbers that he put up, and they won't necessarily be commensurate with the attributes, and I really feel strongly that that's the right way to do it. If you are under 300 plate appearances, you can't get the full shebang for that. You can't get full credit. All right. Let's see. No, I'm not ending the stream after this. No. That's kind of, Lewis. That's kind of what the Analyze My Fantasy team is. All right, he's got 78 contact versus righties. He's got a real twitchy setup as well, by the way. I think his peak's like an 81. 71 against lefties. His power is a 60 against righties. 88 against lefties. He smashed lefties. His bunting, he can have the 40s. I think unless they're like super slow sluggers, they're going to get 40s or 50s. At least 40 though. All right, his vision was 48. His discipline was 50. His clutch was 66. His durability was 82. And not just because he didn't play a lot, but because he did have like injuries in his career. His speed is a 61. Arm strength, 81. Oh, dude, he had an amazing year in the outfield that year, too. So that is going to gas him up a little bit. Oh, wait, arm strength was 84. Accuracy was 81. He was in the leaders for throwouts, for assists, despite only playing his 291 plate appearances. That was pretty impressive. Because his fielding ability in general is never that great, but he threw a bunch of guys out. That was kind of his first year of playing too, and then they kind of stopped running on him, and then the rest of his defense isn't that great. But that year, in fact, I should probably move the reaction down a little bit. I'm going to do that. I'm going to move it to, I'm going to keep that 71-71. Because he didn't necessarily get to stuff. Part of the arm, it's an interesting thing. It's kind of almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy sort of deal. Like, sometimes when you have a big season throwing guys out, it's because people run on you because you made shitty plays in the outfield. In fact, that like one of the best throwouts ever, the Yoenis Cespedes one, was because he fucked up. And then Howie Kendrick's like, well, of course I'm scoring here. And then Cespedes threw the most insane thing ever. Single mother at 9, you probably shouldn't be on Twitch. You got a lot of other shit to do, but thanks for the follow. Yeah, of course, Schlugen. However you want. And then, you know, if you redeem it, I'll tell you the email to mail me at. You hit me up and we'll talk it through. Like, it's pretty wide open within reason, but I don't think you guys are gonna do anything that I'll be like, no, I'm not doing that. It's just we'll just have a talk about your team. You'll ask questions and I'll give you some good answers, hopefully. All right, let's see here. Let me get back to the Excel. Fielding, stealing was 34. Base running aggressiveness was 52, and that's it. Okay, let me give you some numbers on Ryan Raburn from 2009. Remember, 291 plate appearances. That matters. Against righties, he had 305 with a 331 average on base and a 469 slug with 4 homers in 133 plate appearances. He's the rare guy who actually had more appearances against lefties. He had 158 plate appearances. He had 278, 382, 594 with 12 yaks. So he had a hell of a season against lefties. But again, small sample, so that's why it's 71-88. That's still really good. But normally that power would probably be well into the 90s. But you got to account for the fact that he just didn't play anywhere near a full season. He didn't even necessarily play a half season. Well, yeah, just about a half season, 291 plate appearances. All right, let's see what Rayburn is. I'm really eager about this one. He's an 87. He's better than Jeter. Yes. Oh, man, that tickles me. By the way, we did the thing with Michael Young, moving him to second. I know Jeter didn't play second, but that means he'd be a big diamond over at second base. He'd be a diamond. It's just that he's shortstop and he sucks at shortstop. All right, so here's what we had. We had Mickey Mantle, requested 1956, requested by Tedesco as a 99. We had Roberto Clemente, requested by I'm Bum from 1967, who was, whoops, I just learned that you could zoom in and zoom out on the touchpad. That's 1 point in Apple's favor for the first time ever. They did something right. We had Roberto Clemente, 1967 from I'm Bum. He's a 99. We had 1993 Roberto Alomar by Malkin. He's a 99. We had a 1999 Derek Jeter from Minimat. He's an 85. We had a 2001 Sammy Sosa from Scissors. He's a 97. We had a 2003 Garret Anderson from Vader. He's a 93. 2005 Michael Young from S. Lewis. He's an 84. That is because he's a shortstop only. He played only shortstop that year. If you move him over to second base, I think he jumped up to 90 or 91. He's basically Daniel Murphy, but he's at shortstop where that defense really punishes his overall. And then Ryan Raburn, requested by Water from 2009, he's an 87. All right, we have 2 pitchers to go through, and I'm really, really excited about these. You should probably wait, Kyrie. It doesn't make sense not to wait at this point. And then what I think we'll do is we'll do one pitching practice with each of the pitchers. I'm not really that concerned about the hitters, because like if you've hit with a stud, like I mean, it's not that different. We'll go against some of the studs that we created, but I'm not going to use them. I'm just going to pitch with Gibson and Fidrych. First one is Bob Gibson. Requested by Sire for the 1968 season, aka the season. I mean, that was the year of the pitcher is actually what it's aka. But I mean, that was the season for him, man. He was disgusting. All right, here we go. Let's find ourselves a starting pitcher here in the minors. Charlton Polk. You get to be Bob Gibson. Bob Gibson.
Charlton.
Whoops. All right, 1969. My Dean, thanks for the follow, man. Bob Gibson. He was 32. His preferred number was 45. Six one, 189. He was normal. Looks like he has a medium neck based on this picture here. I don't know. I'm not gonna mess with any of that. The people that make these faces on the historical rosters, some of them do such an amazing job. I am super impressed by that. That is not my skill set at all. Oh, there's no Gibson delivery. I bet one of these deliveries is pretty similar to his. He's got one of those old school funky wind-ups, to be honest. I bet one of these. It could be number 2 or number 7 on the legend too, because they don't have any listed. They have question marks for number 2. Oh yeah, that actually looks like him. Oh shit, that kind of looks like him too. Well, maybe not. Let me look at that video that I was looking at earlier. Bob Gibson. Yo, take forever, computer. Tedesco, it's only one per person. Is my internet going out or something? Or is my computer just being a shit? Internet looks good. Computer being a shit confirmed. Please hold, chat. Please hold. There we go. We back. We back. Hang on, I can't see chat just yet. Please hold. No, each week, Tedesco. Check 8. Eight's Tom Glavine. 7 was the other one that didn't. 7's looking. 7 and 2 are looking. It might be 7. I got this video that I was watching earlier today that I think is going to help. His finish. Rip y'all's ears and mine. Jesus. He definitely goes back. See, if he fell off more, it's number 7. Oh, no, it's number 2. It's number 2. Yeah, it's number 2 for sure. Somebody should update that list that floats around on Operation Sports, because that's Bob Gibson, y'all. That's Gibby. That's Teddy Ballgame. Yeah, 2 falls off more, and he falls off more. Yeah, based on Bam's video, for sure. It's 2. I'm standing by 2. What do you think, Bam? Based on your video, you think 2 is the right one? I think it is. All right, let's get into this. I'm fucking excited about these pitcher ones. You want to get on my good side? You request some pitcher ones. That's gonna make me like you. These are fucking fun to make. The hitters are fun too. Don't get me wrong, but I'm a pitching guy, so I do have a little bit more affinity for these ones. I'm not even gonna lie. All right, so he throws 4-seam, slide piece, sinker, curve, and changeup. It'd be too hard, and probably the benefit of it wouldn't be really worth it in terms of, like, it wouldn't necessarily make the game better, but guys like this could manipulate their fastball so many different ways, and a lot of guys can, like a large majority, that they should almost, have like 4-seam, sinker, cut, 2-seam, like all like as one. You should be able to manipulate your fastball a little bit more, but this definitely works. This definitely works here. All right, stamina 96. What I based that on was that Vita Blue was a 97, and based on where they finished that year in their respective years of the cards that we're talking about here, he was just a tick lower in terms of, he was a 97, and Gibson was like a tick lower in terms of innings per game. Honestly, these old school guys could be like 99 because of the way they pitched back then. Let me see. It was 304, 2/3 in 34 starts. He averaged. Never mind. How is Vita Blue not 99? Because in his year, 312 divided by 39. Oh. Never mind. I need to go the other way. Pardon me. It's got to be 99. It's got to be straight 99. No two ways around it. I doofed. President, thanks for the follow. Sounds good, Tedesco. I can't wait till somebody requests a Koufax too. I'm definitely excited about that. All right, so stamina's 99, duh. Clutch 99. His OPS against with runners in scoring position was so stupid. Even when I lowered the thresholds to like get relievers in there, he still had the best OPS by, I don't know, multiple standard deviations probably. I don't know how to calculate standard deviations anymore, but if I did, I bet it was multiples. He is stupid. His hit 9 was 96. This card's obviously going to be a 99. I already know that, and that's fine because it's going to be awesome. His homer per 9 is an 89. His K9 was an 87. His walks 9 was an 86. All right, here we go. Here's the fun time. Happy fun time. So, I don't really know how hard he threw, right? Nobody really does. Oh, shit, he needs to be better. Hang on. I think I know what to do. Do I up the arm strength? And then... Alright, hang on. Let me do this first. Oh, it's based on his other pitches. That's interesting. I didn't know that. That's cool. I just noticed that. He's only supposed to be able to hit 86 on the slide piece. And this was only supposed to go up to 96. But that should be 95, so that's unfortunate. Curveball. At 80. The change piece. Why isn't it moving? Okay, 83. Alright, now we'll manipulate the individual pitches here. The fastball. The control, I only made 75 because he didn't always want to control it. He used it to scare people. And so I think the wicked movement, and four seamers obviously don't have a ton of movement, but you can tell. Like, it's that last second where you're like, oh, I have this lined up, and then it just moves a little on you. The slider going to have an 81 control, 93 break combo, which is filth. The sinker is going to be 71, 88. The movement and control, like, he was so amazing. I mean, I never watched him, but just from what I know, the control on the curve, I put 77. The ones I was watching, and I just saw a limited sample, like, they were so filthy, and the command he seemed to have over the curveball was particularly disgusting because usually curveballs, you know, with devastating break, you don't always know where they're going. But Bob seemed to have control over them. Look at this card. Oh my god. So freaking sexy. Okay, I'm over here, Chad. I'm seeing what you're saying. Nakahatra, thank you for the follow. I don't know if I pronounced that properly. I apologize. K9 only 87. They don't have, keep in mind, like, he didn't lead the league that year. K9s, they don't, there aren't a ton of, like, over-the-top K9s in the game. And it's based on 1 year, so he didn't even lead the league. So it's hard to give him a 99 for that. It was 7.9, which was great for the era, but it wasn't the top. There were some significantly better. He didn't need to. He just induced the most ridiculously ludicrous weak contact. Where do you do the potential? Oh, over here. There's Bob Gibson, 1968. Gross. Gross. Oh, Beast, you're so young. This would be the best pitcher in the entire game. Oh my god. Look at his quirks. These quirks. These are awesome. Too bad you can't get them like unfazed and stuff. Okay. And our last card tonight is a Mark Fidrych. Mark the Bird Fidrych from 1976. This is going to be an interesting card. I'm very curious to see how this goes. We'll edit Jameson Glenn. Whoops, wrong way, dummy. Just checking. All right, Mark Fidrych. So this guy is a really interesting guy. If you guys don't know about Mark the Bird Fidrych, he's a very interesting character. He like talked to the ball. He was like really rambunctious on the mound. Really interesting. Had this breakout crazy rookie season, and then was not. That was it. That was really it. He threw 11 starts the next season, and was good, but that's all he threw. And then he threw 14 more starts the rest of his career, 16 more starts the rest of his career. So injuries just snuffed him out quickly, and it's unfortunate. But that magical year was a lot of fun for Detroit, from what I hear. I wasn't there. I was -5. Oh, he's not actually from Michigan. Never mind. I doubt his motion's in here, but his motion was interesting. I'm 35. Fidrych. Nope, no Fidrych. Let me see if I can guesstimate something here. Yeah, he's pretty generic. We could just keep it at that. There's no reason to worry. It's all the shit he did in between that would be cool if they could put in. This is his rookie year. This is his only good year. This is only like real year. Well, Boo, in fairness to you, no one believes how old I am. All right, here we go. Pitch types. He had four seam, He did have a two-seam. This is pretty close to his arsenal, but I want it to go in the order that I had it. So, because his slider was his second best, and then the two-seam, and then the changeup. It was really like amazing fastball command that carried him. Stamina was 98. The dude was like finishing every game. His clutch was 83. His hits 9 was 85. His homer 9 was 82. His K9 was 40. He didn't strike guys out, like, at all. And then his walks per 9 were 88. So I wonder how this card would play. Four seam, I really couldn't get a feel for exactly what he did, so I put 93. His slider, 81. But I gave it amazing control. That was what he could spot his fastball anywhere he wanted. And it had good break, good movement, good life to it, as they say with a fastball. Every scouting report I read said his secondary stuff wasn't that great. He just lived off of excellent fastball command. He had some filthy two-seamers. They didn't quite look like sinkers, so I went with the two-seamer instead of a sinker. The book that I had actually only had fastball, slider, changeup, but I gave him the two-seamer because of how much wiggle he had on the videos that I was watching. He seemed to be able to change speeds pretty well. So I put him at 82. Zero break, that'd be funny. Alright, so I figured I would have to move that down. Alright, 9 to 80. What did I do? 81 or 82? We'll do it 82, that's fine. Two seam 92, change up 81. Okay. Boom. There's Mark the Bird Fidrych. Let's see what we got. 88. Would anybody use it? I'm not ending the stream yet, no. Alright, that's the bird. The bird is the word, in fact. Alright, so we did Bob Gibson, 1968, it was a 99, and Mark the Bird Fidrych, 1976, as an 88. Let me save this roster. Alright, what'd y'all think? I did the Jeter, yes. I did the hitters first. I'll read off the hitters again real fast. Mickey Mantle, 1956, was a 99. Roberto Clemente, 1967, was a 99. Roberto Alomar, 1993, was a 99. Derek Jeter, 1999, was an 85. Sammy Sosa, 2001, was a 97. Garret Anderson, 2003, was a 93. Michael Young, 2005, was an 84. Ryan Raburn, 2009, was an 87. Oops.